Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, non-verbal communication. We talk attraction, repulsion, game, everything in between, right? This is in response to a comment I had on one of my videos. So, it was a talk on physical touch, kinetic touch, yes? It was about women touching your arm and stuff like that, which is a reoccurring theme. People, it does not matter, right? If you know the A's and B's and C's anytime. You can still be confused by a person's particular behaviour, dependent on the situation, the context, and so on and so forth. So, it was a video on, I think it was something along the lines of like, does she touch you, touch of the arm and so forth? And somebody commented on that and said, what if she's just a naturally touchy person? And it's a great question. It is a great question. So first and foremost, congratulations for understanding someone's baseline behaviour. If that is the case, maybe you've seen her frequently engage in physical activity with others because maybe when she was young and growing up, she was around a lot of siblings. Maybe she was given a lot of physical touch and attention and care from her parents. Maybe she'd get into a bit of rough and tumble with, her brothers and so forth. And she was very well used to and comfortable with the touch of other people. That is true. Now, I'm going to now dispute that and say there is a principle here. Attraction and repulsion, the magnetic pull or push. And she, more than likely, is not going to be physically touching you or clearly, intentionally reaching out and touching you if she doesn't want to give that message on a subconscious basis, first and foremost, and if she's repulsed by you, okay? That's it, simple as. She's not going to want to sit beside you. She's not going to want to engage in conversation. She is not going to want to text you or respond to you. She's not going to want to see you outside of work, see you outside of school, see you outside of wherever you coexist. Because she is not attracted to you to the degree where it overwrites whatever is going on with her perception of you. And when I say whatever is going on, I mean she could have a boyfriend, but she could still want to see you independently, with intention, if she was that attracted to you. Because it's all about boundaries, yeah? And if you have something to give that far surpasses what the other individual in her life can give through whichever pocket, she will cheat. So there's no be all and end all. It's just a spectrum of to whether she's attracted or repulsed by you. Now, if she's going out of her way to physically touch you, yes, put yourself in the same group of other people whom she is physically touching, because that's just in her nature, right? That's just who she is. She's a naturally touchy person. But then have a look at the relationship and as to whether you perceive it as her flirting with them. Now, this is a good one because you're not so wrapped up in your own head now. And your ego may try to tell you that she's not attracted to them. Because, of course, it's all going to be about you. But it's a lot easier to have a look at her activity with other people who she's treating in the same manner and see what's going on. Now, some women like to manipulate, right? And adore the attention on them when it comes to, going out and about and flirting left, right and centre. Obviously, with people whom she might find more attractive than repulsive. But these are all questions that sort of flow in, and it's absolutely incredible. Have you seen how rich a conversation we can create purely through the idea that somebody is naturally touchy? Because you need to understand her baseline behaviour, which you might do if you're asking that question. You might say, I've seen her around all these people, touching them, and he and ha and with them. And if that's the case, then we can delve into another realm, and I can ask you, are a lot of people attracted to her? And what is her romantic life like? So is she attracting these people, and then is she not going any further with them? Okay, why is that? And then maybe it's in your best interest to stay within the space of this woman, but not react in the same manner these other men are. maybe you need to understand what she's trying to do to you, hold back off of reacting in a flirtatious manner, and indirectly what you're going to be doing is placing yourself on a pedestal above and beyond all the other men who have fallen under her spell and have been put within this submissive space to her dominance, purely guided by the magic of her touch. She's a spellcrafter, she's a witch, and she's cast a spell upon these men through being just a touchy person. Sex magic, right? That's a deeper level. So when she engages with you, how do you differ, and how do you allow yourself the masculine position? Do you look at her and say, why'd you keep touching me? Put her on the spot. Oh, I don't know, I'm just a naturally touchy person. Alright, yeah. And then just keep it moving. It's up to you how to create the flow. These women want a leader in their lives. So don't allow her to lead you into her trap by falling under her spell because she is touching you, but take it as a sign of attraction or need for attraction from you, as opposed to her being turned off and repulsed by you. Because if you smelt really bad, if you were horribly greasy and down in the dumps, and she's not doing it to the homeless man on the street, is she? She's not doing it to, the young kids, is she? Because it would be wrong for her to do. But where it's right for her to do, she's doing it. Yes? Is this starting to make sense? What side are you on? Is she attracted to you, or is she repulsed by you? Is this making sense? And on that note, I'm just going to elaborate a little further. I was going to go then, but I'm going to elaborate a little further. So, what happens is when we date and when we cooperate with each other, and when we communicate with each other in a romantic and attractive fashion, we slowly start to come together as two become one, as the chemicals, as the biological impulse, as our hardwiring brings a man and woman together to eventually procreate and create a child. That is one of our purposes of being here, of existing, right? Let's survive first and foremost, then let's procreate secondly. So, we are far away, we are friends. And then we get closer, we become intimate. And then we eventually bump and we might touch. And if you've been on a date, you know, after so many drinks in, naturally, if it's going well, you might play a bit of footsie, your feet start to touch. Your legs might start to touch. When you're walking in the street, you might accidentally bump into each other, because that's attraction, it's not repulsion. So this is symbolic and parallel to her touching you. Just ensure you can read between the lines and know when it's manipulation, if she wants something, i.e. you to give her attention, or if it is significant and symbolic of something you've said, the conversation you're having, the relationship you are in. If you know yourself by reading the cluster of behavior and the context of the environment and what this means, which is, we can take one gesture, but that means nothing because we need to know the whole picture. We need days on end, weeks on end, years on end, hours on end, milliseconds on end, that moment in time. We need to read everything, and that is why we are on this channel paying attention to this information, because it's great communication. It's honest communication, and it's understanding of the communication as humans. And that is game. 2 links down in the description. 1 is the catalogue of body language, okay? That's my YouTube playlist and my material where you will learn how to read people just through observing their non-conscious behaviour. 2nd is the Patreon. Go onto the Patreon if you want to have me show you real footage of real life first dates. I'll show you attraction and repulsion cues. That's the game. Click like and subscribe. I upload every day. Goodbye.